we've looked at some popular types of social engineering, but there are more. So let's look at those. Additional types of social engineering. Start with social networking. Of course, we can steal data and we can get people to do things on social networking sites. People will post stuff they shouldn't on social networking, not thinking anything of it, but they'll involuntarily or not realizing leak data because they'll post sensitive information about upcoming projects or being in the middle of something. We could target our attacks using information available from the social networking sites. And also, there are just social networking sites that have vulnerabilities due to bugs or flaws in their software. So there are a number of things we can do there. People either voluntarily post stuff they shouldn't, or we do things like cross-site scripting, which we'll talk about in another module, by posting malicious posts on social media, social networking, and blogs and forums. There could be insider attacks. You know, a competitor will cause damage to an organization by having one of their people take a position within the target company. And then, of course, now you've got a mole planted inside, right? Or you can have a disgruntled employee taking revenge on the organization. Insider attacks are easy to launch. They're hard to prevent. That really takes a lot of skill on management's part to keep an eye on their people. How do you prevent insider attacks? Well, there's some obvious things you can do. You can have separation of duties and rotate people through their jobs. Separation of duty means that you don't have too much power concentrated in one hand. So you can't be the person who approves the check and the person who writes the check. You can't be the person who evaluates software and then buys software. So you can't have someone doing two things that give them too much power. Or you have people rotate through their jobs, so nobody stays in one particular position too long, because then that's when they start getting tempted to do fraudulent things. You log and you audit what people do. You give them the least amount of privilege that they need to do their job. You have adequate legal policies, so you have remedies in case you need to sue someone or fire somebody. You have lots of access control, and anything that's critical, any critical data, you have stored safely away. Identity theft. This is a really, really big problem these days. Somebody steals information that allows us to present ourselves as if we're someone else. So we could steal things like social security numbers, driver's license numbers, credit card numbers, and then make purchases pretending to be that person, or take out loans pretending to be that person. And then, the person, the victim, doesn't even know it. They don't even know that all this debt has been racked up in their name until creditors come after them. So an attacker uses identity theft to impersonate an employee and gain access to an organization's sensitive information and physical access to the building. Here's an example. To steal an identity, a thief will choose a target and do the following. I'll search for the target's address online, gain access to a utility bill. I'll visit the DMV, Department of Motor Vehicles, provide proof of identity, change the person's address, get a new driver's license. I'll then go to their bank and apply for a new credit card. And then the bill, of course, will come to me, but I'm long gone. I've used up the credit. So those are additional social engineering attacks that can happen.